Welcome back to the deep dive. We got this super interesting audio lecture outline from one of you, and it's really made us think. Today, we're diving deep into this idea of consistency and, well, why it's so crucial for reaching any goal you set for yourself.
Yeah, think about it, right? Like, we're all about getting things done. We want to see results.
Exactly, and this deep dive is all about unpacking that.
Hmm.
Why showing up regularly, even when you're not feeling it or seeing huge progress, is so important. How it changes your brain, literally.
It's fascinating stuff.
It is. And of course, we're going to give you some practical ways to build those consistent habits without feeling overwhelmed. Because let's face it, who needs more overwhelm in their lives?
Right, and the outline you sent, it really lays out these concepts in a way that's, I don't know, just really clicks, It makes consistency seem less like this abstract idea and more like something we can actually grab onto.
Totally agree. And one thing that really jumped out at me was this emphasis on understanding the impact of consistent effort. Not just going through the motions, but really getting why it matters.
Yeah, it's one thing to know you should be consistent, but it's another thing entirely to understand the power behind it, right?
Absolutely. So before we go any further, let's just get on the same page here. When we talk about consistency, what are we actually talking about?
Okay, so in the context of your goals, right? It's about doing specific actions, the things that will move you towards your goal regularly and without, taking huge breaks.
That makes sense. So it's not about being perfect. It's about showing up consistently.
Yeah, and the outline, it really stresses this idea of daily foundation.
Okay, I like that. Daily foundation.
But think of it as building a house, right? You lay one brick at a time. You don't try to build the whole thing in a day.
I get it. It's the small, steady steps that create the big picture.
Exactly. It's less about these massive bursts of effort, more about the compounding effect of showing up day after day and putting in the work.
Okay, so we're laying our bricks one by one. Why is this so vital? What's the real magic of showing up even when you don't feel like it or when progress feels slow?
So the outline gives us a few really important reasons.
Lay 'em on us.
Okay, first up, it's about building habits that actually stick, right?
Okay, makes sense. We all know habits are important.
Yeah, and the thing is, your brain, it's pretty amazing. It actually starts to prioritize things you do consistently, even if they're tough at first.
But that's like our brain is saying, hey, they're serious about this. Let's make it easier.
Right. And the more you do something, the more resources your brain dedicates to it. And that means those small efforts can become almost automatic over time. You don't even have to think about it so much.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Like freeing up mental bandwidth for other things.
Exactly. Second big reason, consistency builds perseverance.
Exactly. That grit, that ability to keep going when things get tough.
You got it. When you commit to showing up, even when you're facing obstacles, you're essentially training your mind to be more resilient, more able to push through challenges.
I love that. Like, it's not just about the goal itself. It's about what you become in the process of pursuing it.
Yeah, exactly. And then the final piece, and this is where it gets really exciting, is the power of compounding.
I've heard this in relation to investing. Is it like that?
It's the same principle, but for your goals. Small actions done consistently over time, they accumulate. And the results, well, they might not be visible immediately, but they can be huge in the long run. It's like, those little snowflakes, one by one, they don't seem like much.
Yeah, but then you get a blizzard.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
Yeah.
So we're doing these consistent actions, building our perseverance, our brains getting on board. What's happening at the neurological level?
Well, remember that audio lecture outline? It talks about this concept called neuroplasticity.
Okay, refresh my memory.
It's your brain's amazing ability to adapt and change, to actually form new connections throughout your life.
So not just stuck with what we're born with.
No way. Our brains are constantly evolving, and when you do something over and over, you're literally forging a pathway in your brain.
Really? Like a physical pathway?
It's kind of like that, yeah. Think about walking through a field. The first time, it's tough, right? But the more you walk the same path, the clearer it gets, the easier it is to walk.
Okay, so with consistent actions, we're literally paving the way for our brains to do those actions more easily. It's like we're building a super highway in there.
Exactly. And here's another cool thing, right? Your brain, it loves patterns. It recognizes when you're doing something consistently, and guess what? It rewards you for it.
Rewards, like a treat.
Well, kind of. It releases dopamine, which is this neurotransmitter that's associated with pleasure and reward. So when you're consistently doing something good for yourself, Your brain gives you a little dopamine hit, making you feel good and want to keep doing it.
So it's like our own internal reward system for staying consistent. That's pretty neat.
Right. It's like your brain is your biggest cheerleader.
Now, I know you pulled some really great examples from the outline of people who've really tapped into the power of consistency.
Yeah, I thought these were super inspiring. It's like seeing how this actually plays out in real life, you know?
Yeah. Okay, let's start with Stephen King. 2,000 words a day, every day for decades. I mean, come on, that's insane.
Right. It's incredible. And think about it. He didn't wait for inspiration to strike. He just showed up day after day, hit his word count, and the result, over 60 novels.
It's like he took the pressure off needing to be brilliant all the time. He just focused on the process, the consistent output.
Yeah, exactly. It's like consistency becomes a way to, I don't know, to tame that creative beast, you know?
And then there's the 10,000-hour rule that Malcolm Gladwell popularized.
Yeah, that one's been debated a lot.
It has. But the core idea, this notion that consistent practice is crucial for mastery, that definitely holds up.
Right. The outline uses it to show that achieving a high level of skill in any area, it's not just about talent, it's about the hours you put in, the focused, consistent effort.
And it makes sense, right? Like we're talking about literally changing the structure of our brains,
Yeah.
creating those strong neural pathways.
Yeah, and the outline also mentions Michael Phelps. His training regimen, it was legendary.
Talk about consistency. Those early mornings, day in, day out, year after year.
It wasn't just about the regularity, it was the intensity and focus he brought to each practice.
So it's not just going through the motions, it's bringing your full self to the task consistently.
Yeah, it's like consistency with intention, you know?
So these examples, they really highlight how consistency isn't just a nice to have, it's a game changer.
Yeah.
And it begs the question, can consistent effort actually trump talent?
Well, the outline definitely leans that way.
Okay, a lot.
It gets like this. Talent might give you a head start, but consistency, that's what allows you to keep going, to refine your skills, to really achieve remarkable things.
So even if you don't feel super talented, consistency can level the playing field.
It can, yeah. It's like showing up consistently, it's playing the long game.
And we all know slow and steady wins the race.
Right.
Okay, so we know why consistency is important, how it affects our brains. Now let's get practical. How do we build this consistency muscle?
Okay, well, the outline, it gives us some really solid strategies. First one is to break down those big, scary goals into smaller, more manageable routines.
Like bite-sized pieces.
Exactly. And the key is to make them specific, right? Like, instead of saying, I'm going to write a book, you say, I'm going to write for 30 minutes every morning before work.
Okay, I could see how that would feel less daunting. And it's about fitting it into your life, making it sustainable.
Yeah, it's like find those small actions you can consistently weave into your day. Make it so easy you almost can't say no.
Right. And the outline also talks about tracking your progress. I can see how that would be motivating. It's like proof you're doing the work.
It is. It's like having a visual reminder of all those little wins. You can use a journal, an app, even just a list you check off. But seeing that progress, it keeps you going.
And it's a good reminder to celebrate those small wins too, right? Like acknowledge each day you stick to your plan, no matter how small the action seems.
Exactly. It's like giving yourself those little pats on the back.
And then we have accountability. I know some people find that really helpful.
It can be huge, yeah. Telling someone your goals, it creates this sense of, I don't know, like external expectation. You're more likely to follow through if you know someone's going to ask you about it.
It's like having a built-in support system. And the outline mentions finding an accountability partner, someone who's also working on their goals.
Yeah, like you can support each other, check in, celebrate wins together. It's powerful.
And there's even the option of using social media for accountability, right? Sharing your progress online.
Yeah, some people find that really helps them stay on track. It's like building a community around your goals.
Okay, and finally, there's the idea of making the process itself more enjoyable.
Oh yeah, this is key. If it feels like a chore, you're not going to stick with it.
It's like finding ways to inject some fun into it, right? Like if you're working on a fitness goal, maybe try different activities until you find something you actually enjoy.
Yeah, it's about finding that intrinsic motivation, making the journey itself rewarding.
Okay, so we've got all these great strategies, but let's be realistic. There are going to be bumps in the road. The outline addresses some of those hurdles too, right?
It does, and it's good to be prepared for those, you know?
Totally. So what about those times when motivation dips? We all experience that.
Right, it happens. And the advice there is to try shifting your focus from the end goal, which can seem far off, to the process itself.
So just focusing on showing up and doing the thing, even if you don't feel super enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, and you know what? When consistency becomes a habit, you often find you can keep going even when motivation is low. It's like you've built this momentum.
Like brushing your teeth. You don't need a pep talk to do it. It's just part of your routine.
Exactly.
And then there are distractions. I mean, come on, our world is full of them.
It's tough to stay focused. The outline suggests prioritizing your tasks and actively minimizing those distractions.
Okay, so like putting your phone on Do Not Disturb. Yeah. Creating a dedicated workspace.
Yeah, and maybe scheduling specific times for focused work. It's about being proactive, right?
I love that. And then there's this thing we all struggle with, perfectionism.
Oh, that can be a killer, right?
It is. Expecting to be perfect. It just sets us up for disappointment and can lead to giving up altogether.
Yeah, the outline reminds us that progress, not perfection, is the goal.
So it's about embracing those imperfections, the stumbles, the off days.
Right, and just keep moving forward.
And the last hurdle, which is so real, is burnout.
Oh, yeah. Trying to do too much too soon, it can be a recipe for disaster.
It's like spreading ourselves too thin.
Hey.
The outline talks about focusing on a few key areas first, building consistency there, and then gradually adding more as you go.
Yeah, it's like slow and steady wins the race, remember?
Okay, so bumps in the road, we all hit them. Setbacks, missed days, things just not going according to plan. What do we do when that happens?
Okay, so the outline, it emphasizes that setbacks are normal. They're part of the process. The important thing is not to let them derail you completely.
Right. Like one slip-up doesn't mean you've failed.
Exactly. And the advice here is to be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up over a missed day or a setback.
Okay, so self-compassion, check. Then what?
The next step is to just get back on track as soon as you can. Like, acknowledge it happened, maybe figure out why, if you can, and then just start again.
So it's not about never messing up, it's about getting back up when you do.
That's it, yeah. It's that resilience, that commitment to keep going that really defines consistency.
Wow, this deep dive has been so insightful. I feel like I have a whole new understanding of consistency. So if there's one thing you want our listeners to take away from this, what would it be?
I think the most important thing is to remember that consistency is truly a cornerstone of achieving any goal. It's not about those grand gestures. It's about those small, consistent actions day after day that really add up and create lasting change.
And what's one tangible action you can take today to start building that consistency muscle?
I would say pick one small thing that aligns with one of your goals and commit to doing it every day. It could be reading a page of a book, doing 5 minutes of exercise, anything, but make it so small that it feels almost too easy not to do it.
Okay, so start small, be consistent, and watch those results accumulate. And remember, every amazing achievement starts with those consistent first steps. Thanks so much for diving deep with us today.
It's been a pleasure.
And to all of you listening, keep showing up, keep being consistent, and you will reach those goals. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.